guys, welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back to discuss what did they keep calling it? The decider in the desert?
Like, come on, be for real.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
that.
Yes, the most hyped race of the year that fizzled, to say the least.
Yeah, it wasn't a great race. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat, but just tense.
Yeah.
But really, it wasn't a good race.
Yeah.
And it was also, I actually had a thought, like, halfway through the race, I was thinking about you, and I was like, I don't think Ishana will ever have supported Charles Leclerc more than she is right now.
You best believe I was cheering for that man.
So, I know. I was like, she definitely would never have supported Charles this much. Winning a race doesn't matter now.
Yes, for real. I was like, this is your moment, Charles. For those who maybe are new around here, Evie was very much in Lando's corner, and I was a lot more in Max's corner. And the both of us, being Australian, were also in Oscar's corner.
Yes,
so,
correct.
I saw many an Australian TikTok that was like, if it's not Australian, let it be Dutch.
Yes, I know. And, like, I get that, I do.
Yes.
But also, like, they were both already my drivers before they were fighting each other for the championship.
Absolutely.
And I think if I were a neutral fan, I 100% get going for Max. 100% given the circumstances. But they are my two drivers, so I was like, it has to be one of them.
Yes, very fair. But of course, the championship went to Lando, so huge congratulations. I'm sure he has been up partying all night in Abu Dhabi.
I don't know if he slept yet, probably.
Yeah, by the time we're recording this.
He's probably still partying.
Yeah, and fair enough. Very well deserved. I think it's really hard to talk about. I think so many people online have said, like, oh, he's the least deserving of them, and da 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 da. And deserve is such, like, a weird word in this scenario, because they're all incredible drivers. And, like, we were talking about this just before we started recording.
Yeah.
And, like, for me, a big part of why I wanted Max to win was because I thought he had done such an incredible job closing down that gap from 104 points to being in contention by the final race. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's minds that he is the best driver on the grid. 100%. But that doesn't take away from the fact that either Lando or Oscar deserved, quote unquote, the championship just as much as he did. They all put in incredible campaigns throughout the year with highs and lows.
I fully agree. And, like, a championship isn't won off of, like, little moments or, like, one race or half the season where Max did really well. Lando won that championship because he was consistent through the year. Yes, he had his ups and downs, for sure. They all did. Yeah. But over the course of the season, he was the most consistent of the three. Yeah. Which meant he won the championship. Like, people are nitpicking, obviously, what happened with Kimi last week, the 3 points that they got back in Monza, like Max ramming into the side of George, Max getting hit by Kimi. Like, you can't be like, well, there's 2 points there and there's 3 points there, when Lando also lost 18 points in Vegas and 18 points in Zandvoort. Like, it's not worth nitpicking these tiny things. Like, a championship is made up of the entire season, no matter what happens.
Absolutely. I know, I completely
Lando
agree.
Was the most consistent. Like, Max had the most wins out of anyone.
Totally.
8 wins, the other two had 7. But the Red Bull was shit in the first half of the year. That's the other thing. People being like, oh, it's the car. I said this to Ashana off camera. I was like, how many times has the fastest car won the championship?
The majority. The vast majority.
Yes. Not to say it always has. Obviously, the driver is important as well. But yes. It's if people wanted it to be purely about the driver, it would be a spec series, and there wouldn't be thousands of people working at the factory. So
it's a team sport.
I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, it's the car, just now that it fits your agenda.
Yeah, no. Like, yes, it's the car, and it's the driver, and it's the combination of the two, and whatever luck and circumstance comes your way as well. Like, it's a combination
over the 24
of
races.
Exactly.
Everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it says a lot, I think, when I think you know you're doing well when people try and shit on you a little bit. Like, there was a great quote recently by Max where he said, like, I need new haters because all my old haters are now my fans.
But, like, for real.
And it's
like,
true.
I think it's insane in Formula One how people will hate on the underdog. Like, that's crazy. Because when Max was coming up against Lewis, obviously he was the underdog and everyone hated him. And now he's not the underdog and everyone's hating on Lando or Oscar.
That's a good point. Like, I've never thought about it like that.
Why do you... Like, normally, or maybe it's an Australian thing, but, like, we love to get behind the underdog.
I was going to say, yeah, as an Australian, we're almost, like, indoctrinated into, like, getting behind the underdog. And, like, I just think it's insane that there's such a culture in F1 to just hate whoever's... like, people started hating Lando when he started challenging Max last year. Yeah.
And it's like, wait, but you hated Max when he was challenging Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me. And, like, you can have, like, favourite and least favourite drivers. Like, that's totally fine. But the, like, visceral hate that I've seen online towards Lando winning the championship is just insane.
I just can't imagine, like caring about something that much that, like
go outside.
Hate someone I don't know. Yeah, like, go touch grass. Like, I clearly care about F1 a lot. We've started a podcast. Yeah. But, like... You know, I'm not like...
Yeah, it's the same situation as, like...
It's not that serious.
No. And it's like, you can have your opinions. Or, like, you wanted Max to win, but you're not going to be like, this is so troll.
I know.
Like, you're going to be like, bizarre. That's not what I wanted to happen. Good for him. Next. We move on.
I know. Agreed.
Like, insane. But congratulations to Lando. Insane campaign. Also, massive congratulations to Oscar and Max.
Yes.
Who also had incredible seasons and gave us a fight. Like, we had a title fight right to the end. It's what we wanted. And
exactly.
I think a lot of people have said without Max, this title fight would have been really boring just because of the way that McLaren were micromanaging it.
Yeah.
And as a fan of both of them, I think it would have been more stressful. Like, so I mean, it was good. It was a good season. It was a very stressful season.
I'm really glad for Lando that, you know, scenario that everyone was discussing in the lead up to this weekend of, like, you know, if Oscar has to give the place to Lando in order for him to win the championship. Like, I'm really glad for Lando that did not eventuate. Obviously, it would have been incredible to watch and see what would have happened. That would have been very enjoyable and very dramatic. Yeah. But for Lando, I'm very glad that he was just able to comfortably make it through. He got his P3. That was all he needed to do. And it wasn't like... The headline is not going to be that it was handed to him. Yeah.
And, like, there is controversy still of, like, the overtake on Yuki, but I'm like, you're clutching at straws.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually clutching at straws. Like, we'll get to that. We can talk about it when we talk about the race, but, like, you're clutching at straws, like, if you're going for that.
Yeah, I know.
Because, like,
at the time, I was like, give him a penalty, but I knew that it was not one.
And, like, like, you can err on, like, I kind of see the point. Like, he did gain the place off the track, but he also did take avoiding action.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's more controversial to give the penalty than to not give the penalty.
Completely agree.
And also the penalty for leaving the track and gaining advantage is 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
He finished 10 seconds up the road from Charles.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, we'll talk about it when we get there, but...
Yeah, in the pit stop, he would have had to serve it, and then who knows what would have happened. But
it's like
then it's the whole thing of, like, well, then Oscar probably would have then had given the place, and, like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's just... people who are like, he's not a world champion because of this move. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Tell me you have no life without telling me you have no life.
Yeah, honestly. You must be fun at parties. Anyway. Well, before we get into, I guess, the weekend from the beginning, there was obviously the news of the Red Bull seats finally being confirmed, and there was not a single shocked person in sight, I feel.
No.
Obviously, we sadly say goodbye to Yuki on the grid. He'll be Red Bull's reserve driver. But Hadjar is being bumped up to Red Bull, and Arvid Lindblad is coming into the V-Carb. First of all, as a Huff, as a little half Indian,
Yes.
I'm very happy to see a little bit of Southeast Asian representation
Yeah.
on the grid. Outside of Karun.
Like actually
King.
on the grid.
Yeah, but actually on the grid. Vibes.
Oh my god, Karun's gonna be like obsessed with Arvid Lindblad. He's gonna be like, this is gonna be.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be like, this is my baby.
Yeah.
And like, fair enough.
Yeah.
There's not many drivers hail from there, so
No.
got to support each other.
Exactly. We
For
love
sure.
it. But obviously,
for-
Hajar.
I was just gonna say, like, I've seen so many memes about like Yuki not finishing the job in his last race.
Oh my god, I
Like,
know.
Just,
Yeah.
I mean, he fully did a double move. Like he did his best without
Oh.
actually turning into him.
Yeah, he just didn't do a good job. It actually,
No.
it did give me a lot of respect for how well Perez did in 2021. Being
Mexican
like,
Minister of Defense.
Yeah, like holding up for Max.
Everyone.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and just in general, like, not even just in that race. Obviously, in that race, he did it so well.
Yes.
But, like, in general, he defended for Max
All the time.
so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
so that
this
was
is what
good.
I think. I mean, obviously, I'm sad to see Yuki go, but I'm not surprised given the circumstances.
Yeah.
I do hope the second Red Bull is kinder to Isaac Hadjar going into new regs.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I just think he's great, and I would hate to see him ripped to shreds by that second Red Bull seat.
I know. I know.
It's like what Nico Rosberg was saying, like, if you get offered that seat, decline as hard as you can, like, stay where you are.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, what's the point of declining a Red Bull seat? Like, you're only in RB for one reason,
Exactly.
and that is to get a Red Bull seat. So
100%.
I am
And
sad
you just
to
don't
say
know what the
goodbye
new
to-
car's going to look like.
say goodbye to Isaac and Liam as teammates.
Yes.
That's really fun. But
Did you
I
see
don't
that
doubt.
Liam Lawson's girlfriend posted a TikTok with Liam, and he was like, she was like, come film a TikTok with me, and he was like, I literally film TikToks all day. I don't want to.
That's so funny. I haven't seen that.
It's very funny.
But their TikToks are great.
They're so good.
They're great. I mean, I'm sure it's the social media manager at RB is just like,
Yes.
but like, they commit to the part every single time,
They do.
and we appreciate it greatly because it's hilarious. But I think I don't doubt Arvid Lindblad's another Gen Z kid,
Yeah.
so
He'll be there for it.
I
for
feel
sure.
like he'll be there for it.
Yes.
But I don't think we'll see Isaac Hadjar in many lip sync TikToks with Max Verstappen. So
No, I don't think that will be occurring somehow.
yeah. As for Lindblad, I like him. He probably wouldn't be my pick of the F2 crop, but out of the Red Bull juniors, definitely. So
For sure.
you know, that's what you're in Red Bull Academy for. You have a much higher chance of getting into F1, and you also have a much higher chance of leaving F1
Yes.
after not very long. So
Agreed.
wouldn't be my pick of the F2 crop, but out of the Red Bull juniors, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
For sure. Well, speaking of the F2 crop and young drivers, nice segue into FP1.
Nailed it. Yeah.
So we had 9 rookies in the cars. Do you want to list them off?
Yep. So Pato Award, Arvid Lindblad, Arthur Leclerc, Jack Crawford, Kian Shields, Paul Aaron, Ayumu Iwasa, and Rio Hirakawa, and Luke Browning.
Damn. I feel like a lot of those names have made a number of appearances this year.
Yes,
FP1s.
I think the only new ones are Leclerc, who we haven't seen since Abu Dhabi last year,
Yeah.
and Kian Shields,
Yes.
who I don't want to be rude. I don't know who his parents are because, like, how is he getting an F1 drive?
Yeah. I heard
He's
someone
not.
talking about it. It might have been Matt and
Yeah.
Tommy talking about it. And yeah, he doesn't really have the resume at this point.
I'm like,
to
who's
be
your
doing
daddy?
that, but yeah,
Like-
for real. But I mean, get into it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, take every opportunity you can, 100%.
Absolutely.
But I have seen him messing around at the back of way too many F2 races to understand that decision.
Yes.
So, anyways, no hate. I don't know
No.
who this man is, but
For
I'm
sure.
just a little bit surprised, I would say,
Yes.
that he's gotten an FP1 session, but good for him.
Yes.
I mean, it's so funny every time when there's Leclerc and Leclerc. There's just
I
so many
know.
jokes and memes, like Leclerc Jr.,
That
the
was
big
very
Leclerc. And then Charles spinning and Arthur just taking the piss out of him. It's like, okay, even if your older brother is the actual F1 driver, you can still make fun of him
Yeah.
when he goes
Of
for a
course.
spin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to.
No, yeah, that's like
It's still
little
your
brother
duty as a
behaviour.
sibling.
Yeah.
To make fun of him
Yes.
if he has a spin, even though he is the F1 driver.
Correct. As someone with
So that
a
was
younger
correct.
brother, I would expect nothing less. So,
That's fair.
yes.
Also, I'm not a younger brother, but I am a younger sibling, and
fair. It's, yeah.
I would do that, and I would expect my younger sister to do that as well.
Yes.
So,
Um,
anyways,
But yeah, I think like there was nothing too crazy that went on. Some of the rookies had a few like lockups, but nothing like crazy serious.
yeah.
That happened.
I thought it was interesting. I don't know whether it was true or not, but like, obviously Oscar missed FP1, which is just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then there was like something that McLaren weren't going to share data between the two sides of the garage
Oh.
this weekend. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was like, if you've decided not to share data on the one weekend where Oscar's missed a practice session, that's awful. That's so bad.
Yeah, that's shitty.
And also, I'm just like, are you dumb? Like, you need to work together to beat Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Why would you? But it ended up like they did work work together to beat Max.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know
So
if
it
that's
was
true or
fine.
not, but I was literally like, oh my God, if you're going
Yeah.
to not share data this weekend, you're dumb. But they are dumb, so I don't.
Yeah.
Oscar on the pit wall was pretty funny, like when they kept cutting to him and it said Zach Brown because he was sitting in Zach Brown's. And I was like, that's the biggest insult
Yeah.
to this man.
Do not.
That is
yeah.
not Zach Brown.
Yeah.
That is Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
And we like him much more.
Correct. But I mean, Lando obviously went fastest in FP1 ahead of Max and then Charles, and I was like, okay. But then I was also like, is Charles only quick because half the grid are rookies? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
that
was
is-
nervous. I was like, I'm not fully trusting this situation because
No, it's always
I've
kind
been
of
hurt
hard to
before
know
and I will be hurt
when
again.
there's just a pile of rookies. You're like, well, what's going on?
Yeah, what's happening? But other than that, I think that was there was nothing too crazy that happened, I think, in FP1.
No.
And I feel like the same can sort of be said for FP2. Nothing
Yeah.
much.
One funny moment was Carlos copped a "We are checking" on the radio from Williams, and I was like,
Bro
why
had,
are you
like,
checking?
PTSD.
yeah, I'm like,
I started twitching.
he said something, and Williams were like, "We're checking," and I was like, okay. So that was kind of funny. Sauber were looking quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, all of the normal drivers were back out there.
Yeah.
That's all there
But-
really is to say.
Yeah, agreed. And then FP3, Lewis was, I think,
Slightly
the big...
more eventful.
Yes, talking point. He had a really weird big spin. He sort of just
Yeah.
lost control of the car and came out of nowhere and just spun around, hit the barrier, caused a red flag.
Yeah, it was actually really funny. On the commentary, Nico Rosberg made fun of him and then was like, oh, obviously I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
But like his initial like gut instinct was to make fun of him. He was like, Lewis is trying to find reverse, but I think he'll find he's missing a wheel. Should we tell him he's missing a wheel? He's trying to reverse, but he's wait. And then he was like,
Like,
oh
okay,
yeah, like
Nico.
obviously I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, Nico, you're on live commentary.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it though. When I
But
saw Nico was commentating this weekend, I was like, yes.
I know, but I'm also like, obviously we'll get there as well, but like Camp Lando was well and truly on the commentary team.
Yes.
Like Jensen Button, Nico Rosberg,
Oh,
like
actually
yeah.
killed me. Anyway.
I know.
I did see some funny memes about like people saying that Lewis was practicing for his Nicholas Latifi moment. when he did his spin, because which actually ended up being really funny because Lewis started P16 in Abu Dhabi, and back in 2021 the person that started in P16 was Nicholas Latifi. So
yeah,
that was quite funny.
I know. Everyone was like, he's gonna get revenge. I was like, no, he's gonna actually recover to points.
Yeah.
He's gonna recover to points.
Yeah.
Which is not as fun as if he had done a Nicholas Latifi, but
agreed.
Anyways.
But
there was Kimi and Yuki crashed in the pit lane.
Yeah. Which I think was more just Mercedes team's fault. Just, I don't know, misjudging how quickly Yuki was coming down pit lane.
Yeah. And it is like unfortunate though, because then it kind of ruined Yuki's running.
Yeah.
Just not what he needed, because there was more damage on Yuki's car than Kimi's, because Kimi's was just, front wing, but it was straight into the side of his side pod. So.
Yeah, I know. Very much not ideal right before quali. But the session finished with George, Lando and Max. So then we come into quali.
Yes.
And in Q1, we had Franco Colapinto, Pierre Gasly, Nico Hulkenberg, Alex Albon, and for the third weekend in a row, Lewis Hamilton eliminated. His interview after,
he didn't even worse and worse.
Say anything. He just nodded and shook his head and was like, "I have nothing to say." And I was like, "Oh, it's just brutal."
It is.
I just don't understand what the disconnect is at this point, because clearly, Charles showed the car was.
But
kind of fine.
There's been times in the last few weeks where Charles has been wrangling that car through qualifying as well.
Totally.
So, but I think Lewis has been off in qualifying for years now. It's just now become really obvious.
Yeah.
But I think he will be over the moon to see the back of that car.
Oh, I know.
As
I think everyone's kind of keen to get rid of their cars. I think everyone's over it.
100%. Everyone's like, this is dog shit.
Yeah.
Let's move on. But yeah, it's just getting rougher and rougher and rougher. The interviews every time is just,
I know, depressing.
Gets worse.
I know. But I think part of it is also because of how close the grid is, in quali. Yeah. So, the lap times for the top three were 800ths of a second. Oh, sorry, it was 8,000ths of a second between the top three and 800ths of a second between the top four. It was so close. But, I mean, Oscar's final lap in Q1 was insane. It was half a second faster than Lando.
I was like, hey.
And I was like,
let's go.
Typical. And here's where the Sky Sports shit started. Because the whole time Oscar was on this absolutely killer lap, we were just sitting watching Lando the whole time. Who was doing a fine lap, but wasn't setting the world on fire. If they had looked at Oscar's sector times, cut to Oscar. Come on. He's flying. And then he crosses 100%. The line, goes half a second faster than Lando, and Sky Sports commentary, "Oh, Oscar just crossed the line. Oh, that's a good lap from him."
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, really good lap from Oscar actually. You know, that's great for him to go 5 tenths ahead."
Hello?
Gas the man up a little bit. Hello?
Honestly, if that was Lando doing that,
half a second. He's just put half a second on his teammate in a quali session where everyone's separated by this much.
Yeah. Put some respect on the man's name.
Literally.
But even they interviewed Zach Brown out.
Commentary.
Right? They interviewed Zach Brown about it after Q1, and they were like, "How good was Oscar's lap?" And Zach was just like, "Yep, great lap."
Yeah, I've seen a conversation about this, though, of if Oscar doesn't win the championship, which he didn't, should he leave McLaren? Not now.
Straight
now
away.
Would be a stupid time. No, now would be a stupid time to leave. But say next year doesn't go, or next year goes to the point where they're still, Lando is the golden child.
Yeah.
should he go somewhere where he is the prize?
It's so hard because, like, Daniel Ricciardo tried to do that, and look how that worked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what Daniel tried to do.
Like, I don't think you should leave a team just because you're not being treated as, like, the number one all the time.
Yeah.
I think if you're obviously being asked to, like, make sacrifices over and over and over again for your teammate, then yeah, sure. But I don't think that's really at that point with McLaren, and I don't think it necessarily would be. But yeah, ultimately it's like the devil you know versus the devil you don't, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
And yeah,
I think it's going to be very interesting. Like, obviously, completely depends on McLaren's car next year and if they're competitive or not.
Totally.
But, like, if it's very interesting now with the team dynamics, because it's like, if you want to be, like, fair, then you'll be like, well, Lando won the world championship last year, so now we'll back Oscar. But it's also like, well, now he's the world champion.
Yeah.
So
I know.
You can't.
Totally. Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah. Like, he's got so much of a claim to stake on being like, well, I'm the world champion.
I know. So. You know, I was actually thinking about our conversation the other day about would Lando take the number one? And we both sort of said I don't think he would because of branding. I actually think he would.
Yeah.
Now, I've reconsidered.
You've reconsidered. I
just think, like watching it all unfold, I was like, this could be the one time that this happens for Lando. Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously there's all the commercial side of it of like you get to sell LN1 like, merch now.
Yeah, there's like the balance because
right. But so I feel like you would take that opportunity. And I don't think he's got Lewis's whole thing of like, I'm so humble and grateful and da 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 da. I don't think that's his, like, that's just not his shtick.
No, that's not his vibe.
So, like, yeah, I feel like he'd take number one. I've reconsidered.
I'm very curious to see because, yeah, I'm still on the fence about it. Because that's what I said last time. I was like, it would be good because then it's like the one opportunity. It could be the one opportunity you have.
Yeah.
To run with the number one. And like, I'm sure that's every kid's dream when you win a world championship, you know.
Totally.
To then get to, I mean, obviously the championship is the dream, not the number on your car. But like, to
it's
then
a representation of
year,
that.
Yeah, to rock into the following year with the number one in your car.
Yeah. Especially when you've taken it from someone like Max too. And I know that they're friends and everything like that. But just like the mental thing of that, I think, is strong.
100%. And, like, to have... If you're, like, chasing someone down, like, it's one thing to have the world champion chasing you down. It's another thing to have the number one car chasing you down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%.
And I actually saw something really funny, which was, like, there's one thing scarier than MV1, and that's MV33.
So true.
Like, yeah. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
Because Max Verstappen 33 was a menace.
Yeah.
A menace.
Correct.
So, and there's obviously people are saying, like, does he go back to 33? Because originally he wanted the number 3, but it was taken by Daniel, so he went for 33. But it's too soon. Like, Daniel hasn't been gone long enough for 3 to be available.
Right.
However, you can use a number that's not yet available with permission.
So he might ask.
And Daniel would give it to Max.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat if he wanted it. So we'll see. And I just think that would be cute. I mean, it doesn't matter at all. It's not important whatsoever, but I'm just like, that's a fun little
Well, I don't think he's going to be allowed 69, so.
Does he want 69?
Yeah. He said it in an interview.
Oh, Max.
He was like, I want to be 69, but I don't think my dad would be okay with that.
Fuck off, Jos Verstappen. Didn't even show face in Abu Dhabi.
I know.
He was off rallying in Africa.
Yeah.
Dickhead. Anyway.
Should
we get back to qualifying?
Yeah, probably.
We've gone on a massive tangent.
I know. Anyways, Q1. I mean, the other thing we didn't mention was the Alpines and Renault. This was Renault's last race in Formula One. And a terrible last race at that.
And they went out in crashing and burning fashion.
Yes. Qualified, back of the grid, finished, back of the grid. So...
I mean, Alpine, they had like their times deleted like every 2 seconds as well. Like both of them were just getting their lap times deleted, and obviously that car is so bad, and I'm excited to see the back of it, because I think Pierre Gasly deserves way better than that.
Completely agree. Yes.
And I would just love to see him in a competitive car. I would love him. I would love to see what he could do.
I know.
I rate him so much as a driver, so I'm just
I know. Well, he's shown he's quick when he's got the machine
so
underneath
quick.
him. So
when he can drag that Alpine to some insane results when he feels like it.
Yeah.
So
give the man a car that works.
Yeah.
Please. Anyways, moving on to Q2, we had Lance Stroll, Kimi Antonelli, Liam Lawson, Carlos Sainz, and Ollie Behrman, eliminated. No one in there super shocking, like Sainz obviously
Kimi
a little bit. Kimi a little bit, that's true.
Ollie even to a degree.
Yeah, like they've all been...
I think it's not so much Ollie, it's more the fact that Ocon was through.
Yes,
and Ollie was not. Was surprising.
True. The Haas was looking good this weekend. Really good.
I'm so glad for Ocon as well that he got a nice result to end the year, because he's been a bit cooked by Ollie in the last half of the year.
Yes, definitely. But the Astons kind of found a little bit of pace out of nowhere, which, I mean, obviously Lance Stroll still got eliminated, but Fernando made it through. Charles all of a sudden started to really struggle to find like any pace. But so he like dragged it through, and then his radio was so funny. He was like, when he got told he made it through, he was like, that's a surprise. Like, I nearly aborted my lap like 5 times. I felt like I was doing rally.
And it just like that car is just
dog shit.
It's just, but then we got to the race and it was like a whole new beast.
Make it make sense.
Still flying.
Make it make sense.
Yuki got through as well, which was very important, because on one hand I was like, good for you, you know, and then on the other hand I'm like, shit, because now he's gonna give Max a tow. I was like, you choose now to get into Q3.
I know. Well, that was the thing. So Yuki made it to Q3 and then proceeded to just not set a time. He was just a tow truck for Max Verstappen.
Yeah, literally. Like, that was his sole purpose of being in Q3.
Yeah.
Was just to give Max a tow.
For real. Which, I mean, fair enough. Like, and I'm sure Max might have even been fine without him, but it was nice that he could just do that and not have to worry about it, because the first time he set was the pole time. Like, it was good enough for pole. So, like, he was good.
I thought it was really interesting, George being like, get me out behind Max because he'll give me a tow.
Yeah.
I was like, are you sure about that?
I was like, absolutely,
I'm like, this
he
is
would.
The man that... Yeah, I was like, also, this is the man that drove into the side of you on purpose.
Yes.
But no, I was like, he was fully in for the games. Yeah. He was like, when it suits me.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
It didn't work out. Like, they didn't time it right. Like, he was behind Max on the fast lap. He needed to be behind Max when Max was on an out lap or in lap.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But, like, because Max would have just wanted as many cars as possible between him and the McLaren. So, absolutely, Max would have given whoever a tow.
Even if it meant that he didn't get pole. Like, because George was kind of in Q1 and Q2, like, he was kind of up there. Like, if Max had given him a tow, he would have kind of, in Max's head, there is a threat to pole position by giving George a tow. But I think Max would just back that he could pass George in the race. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely felt like that whole situation was, you know, that bit in The Office where he's like, do you want to form an alliance with me? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely, I do. I feel like that was exactly what that was. But then we had our top 3 were our title contenders, and I was like, oh boy, what is going to happen in this race start?
Part of me was like, I so much prefer Max starting ahead of Lando than behind Lando.
Yes.
Because, but like, for the championship, obviously it's better if Max is not first, but just for my like heart rate and like thinking that everyone's going to come out of turn 1, that's exactly the order that I would have wanted.
Yes, agreed. It was probably safest for Lando.
Yes. apart from the better situation would have been like Lando, Oscar, Max.
Yeah.
But still not even, just Max starting behind is just terrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
because he will just send it.
Yeah.
But, because we'll get into the race, I guess, now.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much Max pulling off some crazy moves on the first lap, because Oscar got a crazy toe from Max. So Max had a pretty clean... They all had a clean start. Max swerved over to cover off Lando.
Yeah, that was aggressive.
Absolutely
I saw him, like,
not.
he was pointing quite far across, so I was, like, expecting it. But, like, Lando actually got a pretty good start, so Max had to do that.
He did,
like,
absolutely.
He did. Like, Lando got shockingly, a good start. And
yes. But
Max did what he needed to do.
Oscar just absolutely got in Max's slipstream and just said, see you later.
Yeah. There are people saying that was orchestrated, and I was like, I don't know, because it's better for McLaren if Oscar was through to then chase down Max. And I was like, I don't think so. No. But I also knew that I was like, Lando won't be too feisty with Oscar.
No.
I was like, Lando will not defend Oscar too hard. If Oscar wants to go past, Oscar can go past.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, completely agree.
But it was a great move.
It was. And then everything kind of settled down, but Charles held on to the back of Lando.
Charles was having a big old biff with Fernando Alonso, though, at the start.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I was like, they were, like, going for it. And I was like, damn, okay.
And because at this point, I was like, okay, someone needs to overtake Lando. So I was like, whoever it is, at this point, I don't care. Squabble it out amongst yourselves. Whether it's Charles, whether it's Fernando, whether it's George, whoever it is, I don't care. Whoever's got the pace. Someone just get past. Obviously, as someone who wanted Max to win. So, but that didn't happen. But Charles was very much a thorn in Lando's side.
I was like,
for
Charles, can you fuck
minute.
off? I was like, go away. Like, I like Charles, but I was like, not now. Like, you choose it now for the Ferrari to all of a sudden have race pace.
Yeah.
Because there were so many memes, and it was like, how come this championship is resting in the hands of Leclerc and his tractor?
Yeah.
And I was like, all of a sudden the tractor isn't giving tractor.
Yes.
And you're hanging on to the back of Lando in his DRS lap after lap after lap and not falling away. Like, how are you doing that?
I know.
How are you following so close behind him?
Agreed. So bizarre. Couldn't tell you. I don't think even Charles could tell you.
No, I don't think even the engineers at Ferrari could tell you.
No, but it was good because, like, Lewis was also cutting through the field pretty quickly. Then on lap 8, Lando got told that they'd asked Oscar to speed up, which I assume is to help Lando not be in so much dirty air. But also, why the fuck would Oscar help Lando on lap 8?
Yeah.
I was like, ain't no way you're already asking Oscar to do things to help Lando this early in the race.
Oscar's strategy was just weird. Like, Oscar's strategy was just giving, I'm here to help Lando. Like, from the start. Like, I mean, like, I kind of get it because, like, he was such an outside chance, but he's still a chance. You still have to treat him like he's a chance. They weren't treating him like he was a chance at all. Like,
they left him out to dry on those hard tyres for so long. And not that it was, I don't think it was affecting his pace too badly, but it was just giving him
at the end of that stint, though.
Yeah, by the end.
Losing time at the end of that stint.
Yeah, but it was also giving him no time to, like, make up any ground after he did then pit. Like, it was getting to lap 30, 32, 34, 35. I was like, surely they bring him in.
They had to because the medium didn't last. Like, the medium was, like, dying. All of the medium runners came in on, like, between lap 15 and 18. Like, for him to have come in on lap 30, he would have had to do, like, 28 laps on the medium or something.
I mean, not all of them. Like, Max was out on mediums for ages.
In clean air, though.
That's true.
But yeah, but, like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, they're in a pickle with Oscar because it's probably too early to go into the medium, but he's losing so much time out there on the hard. Like, he was rocking a hard place with that one, I think.
Totally. But then, anyways, so that was all happening. Then George tried to kind of pit to undercut Charles, but didn't end up working out.
No. But that triggered the pit stops.
Yes, that triggered the pit stops. Yeah. A nice little DRS train formed for Lando to pit into come lap 17.
When he came out behind the DRS train, I was like, brother, what the fuck?
I know.
I was like, McLaren, what are you doing?
I was like, McLaren, you've done it again.
Literally, I was like, what do you mean he's come out behind the DRS train?
And not only was he behind the DRS train, that DRS train was headed by Liam Lawson. And I was like, come on, Anzac bestie, let's go. And more importantly, Yuki Tsunoda.
But also, like, as he was making his way through that DRS train, I was terrified. These are not fun people, casual, easy, like, peaceful people to overtake.
No.
You're overtaking Kimi Antonelli. You're overtaking Liam Lawson. You're overtaking Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
And you're overtaking Yuki Tsunoda, who's the teammate of Max Verstappen.
Yeah. And you know what?
I was like...
He did it so well. The double overtake on, like, Lance Stroll and Liam Lawson, I think it was. Oh, incredible.
The way he was, like, cutting through, like, the only one in that DRS train that I wasn't scared of was Carlos. Yeah. I was like, everyone else here, I'm terrified of going around because you never know what they might do. But
yeah,
Carlos, I was
the
like...
other thing as well, though, is, like, I don't think any of them would have tried too hard because I think for them, they would have been, I think, a little bit terrified to take out the championship leader for the social media backlash.
This is like not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, like this is not. I don't want to be involved.
But more
Yuki
like
was
a
obviously
mistake from one of them into like hit them. Yeah, no, for sure. I was more worried about just like, you know, one of them locking up into the side of it. It's a mistake.
Accidentally,
or
of
like,
course.
Yeah, not like actually being
of
really
course.
Aggressive. But the 2 into 1 corner, I was like,
damn, I know. That was real good.
But then Charles did the same thing. He also got them both into one corner. And I was like, okay.
I know.
I was like, rough day for you two.
I think it's also the deg. Like, clearly the fresher tyres that they were on were just so much, like, the deg was so high that, those guys just had no speed.
You can't overtake in a DRS train. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because whenever have you been able to overtake in a DRS train? Like, what? Since when is that a thing?
I know.
Yeah.
But then he came up to the back of Yuki, and I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? And Yuki gets on the radio, and he's like, I know what I know what I have to do. And I was like, oh boy, what is going to happen here?
Kamikaze, fucking.
Literally. And so...
But also, like, you have nothing to lose. This is your last race. Like, low-key, you could have.
Totally. I was like, I kind of want you to pull
crucified.
Something. Of course.
But, like...
I was like, I don't want you to take him out of the race. But... Maybe if like there was a bit of front wing damage, he's got to come in and pit. I don't know,
a little puncture perchance.
Yeah,
definitely not. I was terrified.
Fair. And so Yuki sort of goes to defend. Lando kind of comes around. I don't know, inside, outside,
to the inside.
whatever. Yeah, and then Yuki moves again, earning himself a very justified penalty, and also forcing Lando to move off the track.
Yeah.
And yes, he's off the track, and yes, he overtook, but he was forced into that position by Yuki.
Yeah.
I think by giving Yuki the penalty and admitting that he, like, you know, it wasn't pushing another driver off the track. It was moving under braking.
Moving under braking, yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even, it was like weaving on the straight. It was like somewhat, because it wasn't really under braking, because they were still
on a straight.
On the straight. But it was just, the double movement is not allowed.
So by admitting that he had done that and giving him the penalty for that, you then can't justify penalising Lando for what he then had to do to avoid a collision. Ultimately.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, he did overtake off the track, but he also did have to take avoiding action. Like, it's not like he committed to the inside and then went off the track and then overtook Yuki and Yuki was just on his line. Yuki moved, Lando committed to the inside because there was space there on the track, and then all of a sudden there wasn't space there on the track.
Yeah.
So he had to go off the track.
Exactly.
And
people like
move.
zooming in and like screenshotting like this
like,
is
yes, he was
allowed
off the track.
apparently. Like
We
no,
know.
Yeah, no one's saying he
Yeah.
wasn't off the track, but in the circumstances you can't penalize that.
Yeah.
However,
and like sorry, you go.
I was gonna say like, however, if he had been given a penalty, I think that whole race shifts. Because then at this point, it was like getting towards the end where like there was that 20-something second gap with Max and Oscar. And it was like, could Oscar pit to then back the pack
Max
up?
pit.
Yeah. Sorry. Could Max pit to like back Oscar up, back Lando up, and see if Charles can actually overtake Lando?
I'm surprised he didn't do that.
I
I'm
am
actually
too.
really surprised he didn't do that.
Me too.
Because he had a free pit stop.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
also,
don't
I
understand,
don't think
really.
I don't think Max really cared about winning that race. I feel like that was the Hail Mary you had to throw, like in order to win the championship.
to
I don't think
destabilize them.
Yeah, I don't think the race win really mattered at that point. Like if he had come second because he pit and then got overtaken by Oscar, I don't think. I still think it would be worth the risk.
It doesn't matter. Like if he got overtaken by Oscar, like he wouldn't win the world championship anyway. If he just stayed out like this, he didn't win the world championship anyway. Like to win the championship, I think he had to do something.
Agreed.
And I'm a bit like Red Bull. You were all fucking on your big high horse about strategy last week. Where's it gone?
I know.
Do love Hannah Schmitz. No hate. But
totally. But it's the kind of move that I think in this circumstance where it's like do or die, you should have done.
You got to try it. Yeah, you should have done. Because you died.
Yeah.
In the championship sense.
But especially that's the thing, if Lando had gotten that penalty, I do think they would have. Because then it's like Charles didn't even need to overtake him. Charles just needed to be within 5 seconds. So I think had that been the situation, then they might have done that.
It's a bit different though, because yes, people are saying like, oh, well, he finished 10 seconds up the road from Charles, but he also pitted again. He would have had to serve that penalty. Like, he would have actually had to serve that penalty, come out behind Charles and pass him.
Yes.
Like,
that's true.
He would have actually had to do that move.
Yes.
If he had the penalty. Like, people are like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because he finished 10 seconds up the road. No, it does matter. Because he did pit again. So he would have had to serve the penalty, and it actually would have
altered that.
Changed things.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it would have changed the result, but it would have made it very, like, I'm not 100% he would have passed Charles. Like,
no.
He was on a hard, Charles was on a medium. I mean, Charles then fell away, obviously.
He did. He was gaining, and then just sort of stopped. One thing I really hated. Yeah, agreed. One thing I really hated at this time that all the stuff was happening with Yuki and it was under investigation, Martin Brundle was on the commentary, basically like crucifying Yuki for like trying something. I'm like, it's a team sport. Just because it's your little British guy. Are you dumb? Like, of course, like, that's his job. He's the rear gunner. That's literally what his whole purpose is in this race, was for that one moment. Yeah, it didn't quite work 100%. Out the way that it planned, but also he didn't take Lando out of the race. Like, Lando didn't even get penalized. It actually barely affected it. Don't get on your high horse saying like, oh, I just don't like that. I just think that's, bad sportsmanship. I just don't. I'm like, actually piss off. That was one of the most entertaining parts of the race and is part of the sport. It's a team sport. Like,
100%.
You got to play the game.
Yes, he made an illegal move. Sure. But he was just trying. Like, he was trying to do his job.
Yeah.
And he just fucked it up.
And he wasn't being a bad sport about it. Like, he did the thing. And it was fine.
He wasn't doing the double move to be a bad sportsman, to like, he was genuinely just trying to defend from Lando, and he made a mistake and he did it wrong. Yeah. That's like, just like, he wasn't trying to be unsporting. He wasn't trying to break the rules and like do something really dangerous and like. Yeah. He was just trying to defend.
I was like,
and
actually, he just got it wrong. Shut up.
Literally.
Ugh, anyways,
there was a few things happening as well, like nothing that is super important, but like Gasly got a penalty. Everyone was getting black and white flags at one point.
I think Max got
Albon was speeding in the pit lane. Did he?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he got one, yeah.
But I thought it was really interesting, like, also when they pit Lando again, they were getting ready to pit Oscar. And then they pit Lando. And I was like... But also, because then people were like, oh, that's prioritizing Lando. And I'm like, yeah, well, at that point...
Yes.
It's kind of fair enough to prioritize Lando. Like, they said they wouldn't prioritize anyone until it was, like, reasonable that both of them weren't in contention.
Yeah.
And at that point...
Yeah.
Kind of, like...
Totally. It wasn't looking like there was going to be a circumstance where Lando was going to fall out of P3.
Yeah.
And where, Oscar could win. Because, well, yeah, more than that, it was like not even Lando had to pull out of P3. He had to pull down to like P6 for Oscar to then win and have that happen. So, like, that circumstance was just looking like that was not going to happen.
And then when Max got on the radio and was like, is Charles catching Lando? I was like, no, babe.
No, bestie. No. I know.
And then, they started, like, talking about, like, the safety car conversations about, like, what they would do if one happened. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, this... Like, obviously it's looking so unlikely and it didn't happen. But even them just having the conversation, I'm like, please don't do that. Please.
I know.
But,
I feel like 2021 was just looming over everyone's heads.
Yeah. But obviously they have to have the conversation. But,
absolutely.
like, I was like, please no.
I know.
They were like, Oscar, like, let's go chase down Max. I was like... What?
For what? What do you mean? Yeah. Bizarre.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was kind of all that happened. Like, there wasn't actually that much. I mean, there was little overtakes here and there down the back of the grid, but no one was focusing on that.
No, exactly. Everyone was just like, well, I was just on the edge of my seat, tense about, like, what was happening up with Lando. I was like,
yeah. So Max crossed the line, won the race, followed by Oscar and Lando. And, I mean, the team radios were certainly... I mean, okay. Max, first of all, let's start with Max. Max's team radio was so sweet. Yeah. Just being like, I'm so proud, like, don't be disappointed.
Yeah, and he was like, don't be disappointed because I'm not.
I was like, oh. And then as soon as he said that, it cut to GP crying. And I was like,
I know.
Oh. So that was very, like, I was like, the character arc that this man has gone on.
I know, literally.
I mean, even just looking at, like, from 2020 or 2021 until now is insane.
Yeah.
So blessed. That was very sweet. Oscar's radio, a little bit, it could have been better from Zach.
Yeah.
Calling him like a star for all his wins. It's like, mate, he's just, in his head, he's just lost the championship.
Zach Brown's groveling.
Yeah. I was like, don't do that.
Yeah. Zach Brown on Lando's radio, I was like, shut up.
Oh, yeah. So then we get to Lando's radio. And obviously he's like hugely emotional. It's like really sweet.
He's like bawling his eyes out. Will's like, you're world champion, mate. Like, so proud of you. Like, that's cute.
Yes. And then Zach gets on and he's like, hello, is this the world championship hotline? Shut up, bro. I could just imagine him like in his room practicing that line. Like, the night
like that
before.
Was planned out. Oh, and
like,
he just
ew.
like, he thought he cooked. And I was like, you're so cringe. You're so American.
The other person who
thought
like, they cooked and I feel like didn't was Crofty on the commentary when he said like, and papaya rules, Lando wins the world championship. And I was like, why would you say it like that? Like, that is the audio that is going to get played every year, every time, like, people, you know, look at that moment.
Why would you bring up papaya rules in this circumstance?
Why would you bring up papaya rules in this circumstance?
Like, papaya rules was, like, the bane of the season. Like, that's not... And it's also, it's kind of, in a way, discrediting his championship, because it's like, you know, there's all of the controversy about, like, has papaya rules only benefited Lando? And it's like, papaya rules, Lando wins.
Yeah. I was like, why?
Like, that's not the point of papaya rules.
Yeah.
Which I hate in general. And obviously, a lot of the time, it has benefited Lando. But it's kind of like, it's almost insinuating that he won because of papaya rules. And I know that's not what he meant.
I know.
But like,
I know. Clearly, I took great issue with the commentary this weekend.
yeah, but fair enough. It's like they just gave up trying to be objective and were just like,
yeah, they were like, fast race, we'll drop the facade, like, let Lando win.
Yeah, literally. But
anyway,
it was Lando on his radio, apart from Zach Brown.
Yes.
Apart from Zach Brown, it was so cute. Like, obviously, he's just, like, sobbing his eyes out.
It was very sweet.
So cute. And his parents were just so cute.
Oh,
and
his
like,
mum is such art teacher vibes.
I know. His mum is... I actually love her because... You know, so many people are like, oh, Paddock, you know, you got to be, like, glitzy and, like, glammy and, like, old-fashioned.
She's got her little, like, pigtails with the
pigtails and, like, kooky glasses and, like, just always so, like, happy. And I'm like, oh, my God, you're so cute.
I liked how she went and gave Oscar a really big hug, too. Like,
no. The commentary were like, yeah, a mum just knows when someone needs a hug. But then also I loved that from Oscar, like, just such a class act to go and congratulate everyone in Lando's camp.
Yes.
Like, go and... Obviously, his mum sought out Oscar to give him a hug. But, like, then Oscar went and, like, shook his dad's hand, his manager, like... congratulated the whole camp, and I just thought that that's a really classy, like, I'm
absolutely
like, love you, Oscar.
I know, I completely agree. Yes.
But then obviously all of the other drivers came over, like George was the first, obviously Max and Oscar also were there and, you know, congratulated him, but in a little bit more of a wounded way because they were in contention, but George was the first one there outside of that, followed by Carlos, which is just so cute.
He like slapped him.
He was like
my guy.
And then was like, come here. So cute.
Sweet. I know.
And Fernando as well was also another one of the first ones there.
Yeah.
I just thought that was super cute.
And
it's just nice to see them getting around each other.
Yeah.
The cool down room was awkward.
So awkward. No one really said anything for like a while. And then like
Oscar
Stefano
and Max were
Domenicali
talking.
came in. Yeah.
Oscar and Max were talking before Lando got there, and I thought Oscar was so funny when they were talking about when Max was coming up to lap people and like struggling in like dirty air and stuff, and Oscar was like, yeah, well at least we don't have to drive them again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Oscar, you're in the fastest car on the grid. What do you mean?
I know.
I was talking about like, at least we never have to drive them again. And they were kind of chatting, but obviously it's going to be a bit awkward because the three in there were the three that could have won it.
Yes.
So it was a bit awkward. It was just like, oh.
I know. What do you say? Like, what do you say in that situation?
Yeah,
like,
genuinely,
bottom line.
It was awkward, but then, yeah, because, like, Lando also is aware that he's just beaten both of them. He doesn't want to rub it in.
Of course. Like, totally. It is just a weird situation. There's nothing right to say.
No, one of them was like, feels like we're in here for a really long time. Like,
like get us out.
I feel like this is a really long cool down room. Like, I feel like they're normally trying to rush us out to the podium. I'm like, it just feels long because it's really awkward.
Yes. They also, I think, in Abu Dhabi they have to like assemble it while they're in the cool down room. So like, I think it genuinely is just a longer cool down room. And also, I mean, normally they've got all these race highlights to watch and like nothing happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite awkward. But they all came up on the podium, and I mean, the shots of Lando at the end, like just celebrating, were very, very sweet.
And just all his interviews and stuff were like really sweet. Like,
yeah.
I was just like,
because it's like that's like your dream, this thing you've been working towards 100%. Since you were a kid. You've done it. Like, you did the thing that you've been thinking about since you knew what a go-kart was.
Yeah. Like you've wanted it since you knew what it was, basically. Yeah, it was just so cute. All his interviews were really cute, and like, but even when like on the interview on the podium where like Jensen Button was there, and I was like, I know Jensen is just ecstatic. He's been in like, and the same with like Nico Rosberg. Like, I'm like, these people, like, they just wanted Lando to win so bad.
Yeah.
And he did. So like, good on him. Obviously, I was like, oh my god, this is so cute.
I know.
And I'm just so glad that at least one of my drivers won it. And now I'm back 100% on the Piastri train.
Fair.
I can stop fucking around and be sitting on the fence between them, and I can just get off the fence back into the Piastri camp where I started. I went on an expedition.
You did.
Over
We
to the
flopped
Lando
back and
side.
forth. But
We did.
yes.
We settled on Lando for this year.
Yes.
Now,
Now,
I'll still support him, obviously.
of course.
But if it's between the two of them for the title,
you best believe.
Piastri
Fair
is
enough.
getting that backing from me.
Well, it's fine because you guys, 2026 Ferrari, it's our year.
2026 is going to be your year.
Charles Leclerc, world champion.
Well, you know, I did see I'm like, again, this is clutching at straws, but people being like, you know, that obviously Charles being like, Lando, we can be world champion. So it's like, we got one of them. So next year's his year. Yeah.
Anyway, shall we get into our awards?
I think we should.
Biggest winner. Who could it be?
Max Verstappen. No, Lando, obviously.
Yes.
I don't think there's any, like, I think biggest winner and biggest loser, I just feel like is
Yeah. Agree.
pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Lando, biggest winner. Max and Oscar, obviously, biggest losers. I also said Alpine because,
Yeah.
yikes.
Fair.
Although maybe
What the
they're
hell was
biggest
that?
winners because they never have to drive that car again. I
Yeah.
also said Lance
And they get a
Stroll.
Mercedes power unit next year, so.
Very true. I also said Lance Stroll because not once this entire year has that man outqualified Fernando Alonso for
I
a
did
Grand
see
Prix
that.
and only did it one time in a sprint out of 6. So just biggest L because you
So
made
it's
it the
one
whole
time-
year and didn't do it.
At
a
one
single
time out of 30 qualifying sessions is not a good.
Yeah. Like, why are you here? Anyway.
I fully, yeah, that's. But also, I was having this conversation with my brother actually. I would love to see, because often we're like, oh my god, Fernando Alonso is like dragging that car to places where it shouldn't be. And I don't doubt Fernando Alonso's skill for a second.
for sure.
But I would love to see him with a competitive teammate.
yes.
Because I wonder whether that car is better than it looks
Yeah.
and he can get that much out of it. But if someone else could also...
Yeah. Well, it's like the Alex Albon thing. Like, he just
Yeah,
had a string
100%.
of bad teammates. So, like,
That made
put
him
him up
look
against... Yeah, exactly. Someone who can actually do something and see how he goes. Yeah, very true.
I mean, he
very
still
true.
outscored Carlos for the year, I think. But
He did. But, like, yeah. I
Two
mean, the
podiums
Williams
you
thing,
can't argue
obviously,
with.
we'll do our, like, season review podcast
Yeah.
and we'll discuss it. But, like... Yeah, for the gap to be that close between Carlos and Alex Albon, given the start to the year that Carlos
had, yeah.
had, insane.
But
Silliest surprise?
silly surprise, I actually had Charles having pace
Yeah, I had that too.
because, like, I wasn't expecting that at all,
Yeah.
and it caused me a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I was like,
fair
where did
enough.
this come from?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah. I also had Oscar's overtake on Lando on that one because
Yeah.
I fully expected that they would all kind of just play it safe. I expected
fair.
if there was one person that would do something crazy, it would be Max. I did not
Yeah.
think that the McLarens would do anything
Yeah.
kind of crazy, but they did. So that
There
was
you go.
quite surprising. Biggest meme.
Let me bring up my memes. I thought there would be far more good memes than there were
Yeah.
this year.
Again,
This
'cause
race,
the,
I don't
the
know.
race was kind of meh.
Yeah, I've got one, and it's like a Sonoda radio clip, and then it's another thing like below it, and it's like, I know what to do, so leave it to me. And then it's like, so that was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
And
saw
then
that
I
one
have
too.
another one, and it's like, you know, the George, like, Osama bin Russell, like, picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, but when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Yeah, the avatar thing. So
Yeah.
funny. Yes, I did
Yeah.
see that one too. I had one that was the finishing order, and Lewis was circled because he finished in 8th place, and the caption read, "Finally got his 8th in Abu Dhabi."
I mean,
And I was like, no, but.
sure. I don't think P8 is what he was after, but sure.
No, but it's fine.
Good recovery drive, though.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But yeah, I thought that was very funny. Useless stat.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Mm-hmm.
This race being won from pole now makes it the most consecutive wins from pole at a certain track ever. So we've had 11 consecutive wins from pole at Abu Dhabi.
Jesus.
Yeah. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the most consecutive wins from pole. I'm just like, not even Monaco has that.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
kind of crazy. And then I remember having this conversation last year in Abu Dhabi, and we were discussing the curse / the blessing that it is that Lando had last year, because I remember you were like, anyone that's finished second to Max in the championship has like done really bad, doesn't win a race the following year.
Yes.
And the other fact was that everyone that wins Abu Dhabi is champion the next year.
The next year.
So that has continued on.
That one, I remember that conversation because I hit you with
Yeah.
that to be like, haha, Lando's not going to do
Yeah,
anything.
Lando's not going to win a race next year. And I was like, no, he's
And then
gonna
you were
be
like,
world champion.
counterpoint.
Yeah. So we were like, which fact
one?
is gonna... Yeah,
Yours
so we were like,
prevailed.
he's either not going to win a race next year, or he's going to be world champion.
One of the two. Yeah.
So yeah, that continues on.
Well,
So
I'm
by
glad
that
for you
fact-
that it was that one.
Cute.
Well, I guess does that then mean
Max will be world champion
Max
next
will
year.
be back? Yeah.
Which
Stay
wouldn't
tuned to
surprise
find
me at all.
out.
Yeah. And my other useless stat is that Isaac Hadjar reached Q3 one more time than Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a surprise, but
I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Lewis does not perform next year, get him out and give that seat to Ollie Behrman.
fully. I'm excited to do our season review and discuss all of the rookies and their seasons, but we'll leave
Me
that
too.
for our next
Another
episode.
day. Agreed.
We're also going to do an episode where we review our predictions that we made at the
Yes.
start of the year, and I think that's going to be a very funny episode.
Yes, I'm sure some have aged very well, and I'm sure some have aged very terribly.
Well, I'm just glad I got my champion prediction right, because
Fair.
but I made some bad ones.
I had so much Ferrari hope.
Yeah, I know. I did too, though. I said Charles would come second, so...
Yeah, fair. Well, we'll get there. Anyway, my useless stat was that after coming back from 104 points down, Max losing the championship by only 2 points is the smallest margin in this current points format that was adopted in 2010.
Wow.
So the way that it's been since then, smallest ever margin to, I guess, win a championship by.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, because I guess
crazy.
when it was Alonso winning by 1 point, or whoever it was,
Yeah,
that won
it was
by
a
1 point,
different
maybe Alonso
points-
lost it by 1 point. It was
Yeah.
a different point system.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, just
Interesting.
the comeback of all comebacks, and obviously the cherry on top would have been if he'd won, but still,
Yeah.
to close it down to
Because I
the
remember
narrowest
also-
margin.
I remember us sitting here at summer break and saying, there is no way Max Verstappen can win this championship. It's
Totally.
too far gone.
Yeah. You were 4 race wins down. Like, there's just no way
Yeah,
that's going to
104
happen.
points. We were like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And then, whoa.
Yeah.
But
Well, because at
I
that
also,
point, like, the McLarens were getting 1-2s, like,
every week.
week.
Yeah. I know. A lot changed since the summer break.
Correct.
Yeah. Oscar Piastri disappeared off the face of the earth. Max Verstappen returned.
Yeah.
And things got
It was a
stressful.
whole thing.
But
Agreed.
yeah. Also,
Anyway.
like, I don't like with this, like, people being like, I mean, we kind of touched on it at the start, but people being like, oh, those are the 2 points that, like, Lando got from Kimi. Like,
Oh,
thanks,
yeah.
Kimi, for making Lando world champion. And, like, yes, that was the most recent example, but, like, as I said before, it's made up of so many little moments.
Did you
Like,
see
if you're
Kimi
gonna
went
look
and
at that-
apologized to Max in the media pen about it? And Max was like, don't be silly. What are you apologizing
Yeah.
for? Like, like, if Max had drove the perfect season, he wouldn't, I mean, he wouldn't be in that
matter.
situation anyways. So,
Yeah,
like
it's not Kimi's fault. That's what I mean. Like, it's made up of everything through the year that they've done, everyone else has done, the team, like luck, safety cars, like it's everything that is in total. So I think, but also that everyone's replaying the clip of Max last year when Max won the championship, being like saying to Lando like you'll do it like one day, like don't worry, like one day you'll like, you know, I'm sure you will.
Max has really
champion.
become such a class act, like such a class act,
which is so shocking because sometimes then he still pulls out like what he did in Spain and is just a complete twat, and it's like, okay.
Totally. Yeah,
I'm like, you've clearly matured, but you've still got the like
the red mist still comes down every now and again. The 33 still pops its head out every now and again.
100%. So I do love that meme, which is like the only thing scarier than MV1 is MV33 with nothing to lose.
I love that. What was your favorite moment of the weekend?
The celebrations,
scenes,
and the championship. I don't think that's surprising. It was just so cute.
Yeah,
Very
I agree. That was absolutely my favorite moment too.
Yeah.
I think not so much my favorite moment, and on the other end of the spectrum, but definitely very powerful and very memorable was that moment where after Max gave his little speech on the radio at the end of the race and it cut to GP crying, it was really like, that's what Mercedes looked like back in 2021. And now it felt very like full circle, like changing of the guard. Like that was I was like hit with that. And also it was like 2 a.m. and I was like about to pass out. But I I thought that was like a very memorable moment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%.
Driver of the day?
Bit of a tricky one, honestly. Yeah. Like, I do think Lando drove really well to like clear that traffic, and then obviously he did what he needed to do. Charles as well, like drove really well. Obviously Max was the driver of the day and he just kind of disappeared off into the distance. But then like Lewis to make up all that ground.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
And, like, double Haas points in the end. Like, it's actually, I found it quite, maybe it's because I wasn't also paying attention to what was going on at the back of the pack.
Totally.
But I kind of found it hard to pick a driver of the day.
I completely agree. It was very much split between a handful of them. I mean, Lando did a great job, like cutting through and
it did what he needed to do.
Not caving to the pressure of that situation. I think for that I have to pick Lando because he was under the most pressure. Max and Oscar had nothing to lose. Lando was under the most pressure, didn't fold, and like made good overtakes, did what he needed to do. Even
with Charles right behind him, like for that whole first stint, and then like he was under threat from Charles for the majority of the race, and he didn't buckle. Yeah. So and I would just like to quickly shout out McLaren's pit crew because they didn't fuck up a stop.
They didn't fuck up a stop. You best believe I was praying on that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That was one of my biggest fears.
But they nailed it every time.
We can lose this championship.
Yeah, for real. But I think that's it. End of the season. Last race review. I mean,
can't believe it.
Like you said, we'll do a season review. We'll review the predictions we made. But as of recording this podcast today, we are 90 days out from the Australian Grand Prix. That will go by like that.
Honestly, I need a break.
I know.
It's been long, but also like everything's going to be different next year.
Yeah.
We're going to have 22 cars on the grid. We're going to have Audi. We're not going to have the green highlighter anymore.
I know.
Obviously, no Yuki and Lindblad, but that's, we'll always have that kind of movement. But new regs. No more DRS.
I know. We'll have Mum.
Kimi Antonelli was the last person to press the DRS button.
I did see that. It was Jensen Button to start and Kimi Antonelli to finish.
Yeah. So DRS is gone. mum and dad. No,
Yeah.
it's mum and whatever the back one is. I think mum is the front one, and then there's, anyway, we're going to have like flexi.
It's like XY.
Yeah.
I know. We did a whole episode about this and I can't remember a single thing.
Neither can I, because I didn't even fucking understand it. I was reading words. So, but I think everyone's going to be on a bit of a learning curve with what the new regulations are and how they work. Like, I'm under the impression there's still going to be zones like it's DRS, but it's a bit different.
Yes.
And it's not just going to be like for on the straights. Like, one of them gives you like a more or less downforce for the corners, and like,
yeah. And you don't have to be within a
hopefully-
second of the car in front. Like, it's like all the
Yeah.
time. Like, it doesn't matter. It'll be. I'm very, very intrigued to see how it all goes.
I agree. And
but
I
that's
hope
for
that
next
it
year.
improves some of the racing at some of the tracks where it's been a bit dull, because
Agreed.
that would be nice. Because the cars are going to be a little bit smaller enough to make it like better at
Yeah.
places like Spa and Suzuka. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
I don't
But-
think the size is going to make a difference, but I think especially for the first year or two, like 2026, 2027, I think
Yeah.
it'll really just be a case of who's
Who gets it
nailed
right.
the build and who hasn't. And
And,
that will
like,
be the differentiating factor.
Reliability as well. Like,
Yeah,
there's always, when you bring in
100%.
new engine specs, they go bang.
Yeah.
They do go bang.
Yep.
So I think it'll be super interesting, and I can't wait to try and pull together predictions for next year, because God
Agreed.
knows.
Who's to say? I know, and we do it
Who's
before
to say?
testing too, so like it's
Yeah,
absolutely
I think with
just
the new
vibes.
cars, they've got a different test. They've got two tests.
They've got two tests, yeah.
so
two sets
maybe
of
we can do it
testing.
in between, so we're not like shooting completely in the dark.
True. That might be good.
But that also might be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have to figure it out. But I think that wraps us up.
Yes.
So thank you so much for listening, and for listening throughout the year as well.
Yes.
As we said, we'll still have another couple of episodes to go, so stick around. Follow us on Instagram so you know
True.
when they come out.
And we'll be filming some episodes face to face. Very excitingly. Evie is making her way back down under.
Back for Quizmas. So if you've been around since the old set and the big armchairs,
They'll be back.
they'll be back.
Oh yeah.
I do have to rearrange the furniture, but that's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyways, thank you guys so much for sticking around and hanging out with us every race review. And if you liked the video, like the video. I've fucked up the outro, haven't I? If you're listening, nailed it. If you're listening, give us a 5-star review because it really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment your thoughts. Not Lando hate, ideally, but you know,
Yeah.
beggars
Not here
can't be
for that.
choosers. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye.